Hi, it's Jessica Sporn Designs, and I wanted to show you how I built up a background with a new stencil of mine called Lacy Lotus Repeat. I actually designed this stencil with fabric in mind, but it creates a really cool background in an art journal page or mixed media project. So here I'm stenciling with white gesso. It's hard to see it, but I want to create a resist. So the open areas of the stencil are going to be covered with gesso and they will resist the paint. This is fluid acrylic paint mixed with some water and some glazing medium in a Bingo Dobra bottle. So it's very fluid, very loose. And I'm just very loosely painting it onto my background here. And I'm going to use some Neocolor 2 watercolor crayons as well. And I'm just experimenting, just seeing how these different media resist the gesso. So what I'm counting on is that the watercolor and the acrylic will sink deeper into the paper in the areas that were masked by the stencil. And the areas that were gessoed will resist the paint and will be lighter. And as it starts to dry, you can begin to see that Lacy Lotus Repeat pattern peeking through. And I'm going to help that along. As the paint begins to dry, but is not totally dry, I'm going to dab some of it off with a baby wipe. And here you can really see the pattern poking through. Now, if you want to make the masked areas even darker, you can just go back in with your watercolor or acrylic paints, and the areas that are not masked with the gesso will continue to absorb and take the paint and darken up. And you can just keep doing this, rubbing off, painting on, until you are satisfied. So I'm using these Neocolor 2 crayons. I used some of a gelato, and I'm basically just playing with colors that are all close to each other in the same color family, and I know they'll mix well together. So I could have left it there because already it was a background that I liked, but I decided once it was dry to go over on top with an even deeper color. I still had this quinacridone nickel azo gold in my palette and I wanted to use it up. And then I'm going to add some turquoise, golden, heavy-bodied acrylic turquoise paint as well. And just building up the background, just playing with this stencil. This was the first time I had ever used it. And I have to say that I'm really loving how it's all coming out. So here's the background I created. And what to do with it, you may ask. Well, I re-stenciled over it with black using the Lacy Lotus as a border on the bottom. And then I adhered a face that I painted on some cardstock and added a quote. And there you go, an art journal page finished. Thanks for watching and checking out my stencils at Stencil Girl Products. I hope you'll share this video, visit me at my blog, and contact me if you have any questions.